All right, just 48 hours from the game of the year, and we're already back at the Key Bank Center.
It's time to lock in the KBC. Potential letdown spot. There's no team we've dominated as much at the Key Bank Center, Don, as the San Jose Sharks.
Yep, let's go, let's go, let's go. And that, I mean, don't get ahead of ourselves, but we got 2 more spots this week, every other day.
I know. It's a long week ahead. One step at a time, one period at a time, one shift at a time. Let's go, boys. Get the feet moving.
1-0. All right, quick update on the way to the game. First of all, it's a wild fog machine out here. I don't know. You can't see.
Foggy haze. Yeah, foggy haze.
You can't see like 50 yards in front of you. And then on top of that, people are trying to kill us, slamming on their brakes. Luckily, Maniac, quick reflexes.
Shout out to my Toyota RAV4 safety alert. It's a safety system keeping us in play there. But then, yeah, just a quick little pull off on the exit 5. We got to be careful. Got to watch the lanes. Got to watch the lanes tonight, boys. Sabres Sharks. Let's go.
It was a close one.
Sabres drought player with the highest number you could remember.
The highest number that I can remember? I would have to say 5. Now I'm on the spot. I can't think.
That's why it's trivia.
Yeah.
That's why Dash pussied out.
I don't want
yeah. More time. Oh, look at that.
Looking awfully spooky.
The aura. The aura.
Looking awfully
Seriously, you can't even see the arena. Watch out, San Jose. With a shot.
Shoot it!
Come on. Too much fucking passing. Norris has got to keep that in.
Bill. I think Bill realized I was trying to airdrop shit to him and he turned it off because he's gone. Gone now. We just got made it. Here we go.
Shoot it! So they made some tweaks to the power play, but not any better.
No, I like Tate's down low. They did that out of the break, got away from it. I don't know, maybe doesn't like the defensive play. No explanation. Power play still stinks.
Defense is crazy though. 5 shots allowed. That's been a constant the last couple games before the Tampa Bay game.
Fastest team in that NHL, baby. Fastest team in that NHL, baby. Fastest team in that NHL. Oh, what's up? It's looking good looking. Oh, what's up, Ferrari? Hey, how's it going, brother? Cash and tickets, 5 minutes in, baby. Let's see it. Can we see it? Can we see it? Oh no! Oh, here we go. Oh my God! 5 minutes in. But to Cleve's cause, I'm not worried about Max Crosby's physical.
Logan Stanley was throwing punches from his knees and he was still calling the other.
Welcome to Buffalo, baby. Welcome to Buffalo. I mean, mine played great. That period. That is cool.
Dude, that's crazy. The Logan, it props them for having it in the store.
Yeah, already got the Stanley. 1 fight in, fans are hyped up. They're trying to buy a Stanley jersey and first intermission.
right, very decent first period. Sabres up 2-1 on the Sharks. Are you a diehard Sharks fan?
No.
All right, understood. All right, pretty good run for Buffalo. We'll see if they can keep it up.
Oh, what's up? What's up, baby? How you doing? Good to see you. Good to see you. Dude, this is like seeing two silver horses in the wild.
I'm surprised to see Daddy.
Give it go. Give it go.
We're the Broad Street Bullies now! It's us! We're the bullies, baby!
Literally just had Tage. He got stopped and then he had a chip in. Like for Tage, that's what, 80%, 90% basically.
Wide open.
He
He's
boinked
feeling
it though. He boinked
frustrated.
it.
I think he's gonna go.
Well, now he has a taste of blood for sure. Sabres still have 3-1 about halfway through the game. The boys are fucking pouring it on right now.
4-1, baby!
Lot of gut, lot of gut, lot of gut.
Knives out, baby!
Knives out. Let's go 4-1 first. Those boys are tired right now. Oh no, jeez, are you okay, dude? Bro, that was just such a bad looking fall. I'd be down for like an hour. Bullshit.
But the boys get in and take care of business. That's why this team.
Benson got in. Just like
the brotherhood.
the dumbest motherfucker that Dave Johnson knows got in there right away.
Yeah.
Second intermission trivia.
Okay.
Who is this Sabres drought player with the highest jersey number that you could name? Not an active member, aka Josh Stone.
Tyler Annis.
63? You can do better than that. What about Olofsson? 71.
Okay. What else we got?
All right, what about this on the flip side?
There's a 92 in there. I'm trying to remember who it was.
What about the flip
Oh, wait. I'm forgetting his name. Yeah, who's 92?
I don't know who 92 is. Justin Bailey was 95.
Okay. Well,
What about the lowest?
I had Ennis in it because Chickman said it. What was it? Brady Kachuk said he was the most athletic.
Look at the Odd Club. Great times here.
You see that clip, Brady Kachuk, when he was drunk after the Olympics?
Yes,
said
yes.
Tyler Ennis was the most athletic player he had.
Yeah. Basically like a troll.
Twice in my head.
Kind of like a troll.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, what about this one? Lowest number drought player.
No current players.
Not current for Benson.
Well, I was gonna say UPL because
Or UPL.
yeah, like, that's the ultimate lowest. Well, Michael with the 9, right?
I think I have one.
Who's one?
Well, number 8, Cody McCormick.
Oh, okay.
That's the only one I got.
Trying to think of who we got. Do we have 5? I'm trying to think of it. Fucking great play, Owen! Fucking great! Defenders are an absolute champ. If you watch that, you're done. You're done. You're done as a supporter of Owen Power. So, Lindy, sit them all, period. The waves coming. Woo! Are you catching the wave?
Caught it. Caught it.
All right, we got a Sharks pulled goalie, 3-4-3 guilty spark on the clock. We got power flying it around. That guy just bumped it into the Sabres bench. Quinn had his shot for a hat trick there. McLeod working for it. Wait, do I gotta do it? Hold on, hold on. Here.
Didn't make it on the ice.
Get there. It did, it did. Someone launched it. Buddy, I gotta go. Right, sir. You go ahead, you go ahead, you go ahead.
Sabres up.
1 minute remaining in the period.
This is why you come to a Sabres game. You get a 6-3. That was something you would beg for in the drought. You would give anything for. That's just a normal fucking Tuesday with these new
You
Sabres.
know what's amazing? We got a Thursday coming up.
Let's go! He always hands it off.
With his first career hat trick, Jack Quinn. The Buffalo Sabres and key backside. Thank you for taking backstage.
You fucking did it, dude. That's why you come to a Buffalo sporting event. You double up the score of the other team. That's a successful fucking day. It doesn't matter whether it's the Bandits. It doesn't matter whether it's the Destroyers. It doesn't matter whether it's the Buttes. It doesn't matter whether it's the Bisons. It doesn't matter whether it's the Bills. It doesn't matter whether it's the Bulls. If Buffalo wins a sporting event and doubles up the other team, that's exactly why Western New York shows up. Let's fucking go.
Future is teal. Love it. Love it, bud. First Commanders in like 20. We should win. We got to take care of business, and that's what we did. We just came in, took care of business.
Woo! Oh, yeah, good call, good call, good call. Polish that bad boy. That's how you polish up. Oh, look at him. He's doing the high stepping. There he goes. Oh, no. Stop.
Ooh, ah, Sabres on the warpath. Ooh, ah, Sabres on the warpath. Ooh, ah, Sabres on the warpath. Ooh, woo! It's back. Yeah, okay, so recap what you're saying you're gonna do.
I just said that, here's the deal, listen. Sabres are on a roll. Bills obviously have a lot of hype. If the Sabres win the Stanley Cup this year, followed by the Bills winning the Super Bowl the following NFL season, I'll run butt-ass naked through 10 city blocks of Buffalo, New York. Painted.
Book it. Book it, guys.
We all need a place where we can be ourselves, somewhere you can leave
folks. Welcome on in Trainwreck today, live from Hilbert College. Myself, Maniac. We're here on Herd of Buffalo and Trainwreck Sports Network. Make sure you're following. Make sure you're subscribing. Make sure you're liking. We love all that. We love you and your beautiful nature. It's me, Maniac. We got Slick L on my left. We got Don on the ones and twos. We got producer Rachel in the saddle with us. And we got a special guest. We can't stop these Buffalo hockey Sabres. So let's get in. The man behind the drive, Mr. Gatesy. Gatesy, welcome to the studio, buddy. Welcome back.
Oh, thanks for having me. It's always great being here, especially after another huge Sabres win, 8 in a row. After this Olympic stretch, it's been such a great time for Sabres fans.
Insane. It was only brought to my attention going into last night that the Toronto Maple Leafs hadn't won a game since the Olympic break. couldn't be me. Couldn't fathom.
0-7
for sure.
For them. Yeah.
So, Gatesy, obviously, to say that the Sabres are pushing the right buttons at this time would be a massive understatement, even with everything going on.
0-8. They lost yesterday, too.
Damn. No, you don't.
This can't continue. They can't keep getting away with all this losing.
Check on Jackie
With
Rudman.
that said, Gatesy, I know nobody looks closer at this Sabres team and what they've been doing. Nobody's looked closer from October to this March 11th of this blue and gold, of this goat head black and red. What are you seeing from these Sabres? What did you see last night, and what are you feeling on this March 11th?
I mean, the Sabres team right now is just a totally different team than what we saw at the start of the season. Anyone with eyes can comprehend that. The gut they have, the skill they have, they're putting it all together. They're playing in a confident manner. You have Logan Stanley playing in his first game in Buffalo, dropping the gloves, doing what he has to. I mean, but the big thing right now for this team is just their ability to have guys step up when called upon. You have Jack Quinn getting his first career NHL hat trick last night with a 4-point night as well. Jason Zucker scoring. That line has been phenomenal between Jack Quinn, Jason Zucker, and Ryan McLeod. All these guys are basically having career years together right now. It's been a beautiful thing to watch the Sabres team really come together at the right time. 8 wins after this post-Olympic stretch where I think fans are very worried how the Sabres team would look after this break because the Sabres lost 3 of 4. We're really struggling just to get to the break. They come back, they come healthy, and now they have a chance to get 9 in a row tomorrow on home ice against the Capitals. So it's really a great time right now, Maniac.
We were talking, I mean, just everything changes. The way you look at all these things, whether it's Jack Eichel getting a gold medal ceremony at the arena, whether it's Ovechkin, we were just talking coming in for potentially his last game in KeyBank Center. These things just hit a little bit different when you're dealing with not just a contending team, but now you have, dare I say, Don, we saw last night, an alpha dog in these Buffalo Sabres.
Yeah, I mean, I said it in the vlog. It seems like not only is this team not getting bullied, but it seems like we're pushing some people around. Yesterday is a great example. I mean, it's a far cry from a year ago when Tage takes that hit against New Jersey. Fans are out, the whole outcry. Well, we did nothing. How could this team do nothing? And then the next game out, we have a line brawl right off the rip. A lot of people thought that was kind of a lame move, but I kind of see it as the start of a turning point. And again, I know we struggled at the beginning of this year, but I think Lindy Ruff, again, I keep giving this guy a lot of credit. I mean, getting this team and utilizing the roster the way he has to get the most out of guys. And Malinstein, a guy who's not even huge, but plays like he's 6'7" on the ice. So,
yeah, he thinks he's King Kong out there for sure. I mean, let's face it, Western New York, Erie County right now, they're loving doing Lindy. We're 1 game away from a 10th consecutive sellout. Again, I know that's nothing compared to. By the way, the Lightning fans have been all over the soda. I know Gatesy can't even escape right now. Something about Sunday, I'm telling you, that was like a dam breaking because they're on every clip. They're on everything. They want you to know that they have like 400 consecutive sellouts or something. Well, good for you. If Buffalo wins 3 Stanley Cups, we'll see exactly where Sabres fans rank as much as those sellouts going. But we're not selling out. We are buying in early action. Gatesy, I mean, the passing from this Sabres team, it's not even describable compared to the drought, but that's what gets us started early. We get, so I forget who it was, and Quinn in transition there on a quick 2-on-1. Zucker, it feels like they just burst into the zone. The transition play is completely different. Early 1-0 lead for the Sabres.
Yeah, I mean, that's been one of the biggest keys for the Sabres finding success offensively is just creating offense from their defense. We've seen so many Sabres teams in the past have their defensemen or forwards just try to skate it all the way up the ice to really no avail. Right now, they're doing a great job of their defense, moving it up to a winger, moving it up even farther up the ice, and scoring on transition. We saw it last night with a great pass from Zucker to Quinn, and the Sabres were on the board 4 minutes in where we thought this could be a big letdown spot for Buffalo being a heavy favorite after that Tampa Bay game.
Yeah, we were worried about maybe not coming out with the pedal to the metal. Don, it was the exact opposite. So we get the early goal from Quinn. Then we're buzzing around the zone. We point out that I got my Quinn ticket with, some Darlene and some Thompson, but I had one with Quinn and Tuck. They're into the zone, and before you know it, it's 2-0.
Yeah, Tuck with a great tip off, I think, a Tage Thompson shot.
Darlene, I thought.
Or
I think it may have been
shot.
Darlene, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, but great tip. And Tuck, again, playing great. We saw as well, later in that game, we joked, up here comes the power kill, and he almost ripped another breakaway off. So, yeah, I mean, cashing 8.5 to 1, 5 minutes into the game. I mean, if you're a D-gen out there, it doesn't really get better than that, No.
I mean, I'm sorry, to channel my Hillary Duff, this is what dreams are made of, okay?
Yeah.
So I was cashing it, very excited about that.
I was excited, too, because then you were just buying me beers for the
we knew that. We knew the beers were going to start flowing once those tickets started going. As we got into it, of course, we knew this going into the game. I've never heard, I can't recall the last time I heard Lindy Ruff say he was afraid of a player or a player made him scared. Of course, the Celebrini of it all rears its ugly head. It happened so quickly, Gatesy.
Yeah, I mean, Zach, you brought up earlier of just how great the Sabres passing has been. This was one where Alex Tuck has a turnover in the D zone from a bad pass, and just like that, it ends up in the Sabres net. And, I mean, that's something the Sabres done a really good job this season of is, limiting mistakes like that. Fives are good, probably feeling a little bit too good. Costly turnover back in the net. And, that's just something we haven't really seen too much from the Sabres in this past, couple months.
Yeah, so we get into the intermission 2-1. We have a great time at the Blue Zone in the intermission. The arena, let's just face it, I mean, that concourse is a little bit different right now. The entire arena as is, whether it's the chants, whether it's the bustling. Don, Slick, this is a great one for you because given we were there last Tuesday. Not just the chants, not just the action, not just the capacity. I was saying to Don last night, there's like a jungle effect where you can kind of hear the whispers and you can hear what everyone's talking about. Whereas it used to be you could drop a pin in the KeyBank Library.
For sure, yeah. You could definitely hear everything that was going on. Now it's like there's an animal of every kind from all surroundings. And it's a little different in that concourse also, the fact you get a bottleneck of people trying to go all different sorts of places. I know Don and I got caught up in that on Sunday. We thought we were going to miss it we did miss it to the second period by the time we got to our seats. Luckily, we had only missed 2 fights at that point. But yes, the concourse and KeyBank Center, definitely a lot different. The Odd Club's always been bustling, but you got the flow coming out of the Blue Zone, and you got people going for tacos in a bag, and it just turns into this chaotic mayhem of crazy parking structure, if you will.
Don, we were talking last night, too. The in-arena experience, they've risen to the occasion with this, with these larger crowds, with the more attention on what's happening, whether it was the cameraman between the penalty boxes the other night in the Tampa Bay game or just how our guy on the organ, Curtis Cook, was lighting it up last night. Everything was clicking for the Sabres in-arena experience. Steve.
Yeah, that, and then the I love the lion roar after he makes a save.
The lion roar's been on point.
Yeah, they were kind of doing that half-assed at the beginning of the year. I feel like he didn't. His finger was on the button, but he's like, when do I press it? And now everything's so hyped, and you got to expect the production, the team behind the scenes in the arena is feeling that excitement. So, I mean, his fingers just pressing that button after every save, and we all love it. I saw the guys in front of me when it was doing the growl were going.
Listen, the boys aren't afraid to get a little catty right now in the organization, for sure.
Keep pounding, kid.
Yeah. Well, speaking of phrases, we're saying it's been brought up. We need a new hashtag. Maybe let's go Buffaloes and good. We're thinking knives out.
Knives out.
Knives out.
It is great. I feel like the movie franchise might be on that ass.
Yeah.
So.
Well.
Yeah, they do like to stay away from the high cost properties.
Yeah, we're gonna have to look into the logistics of if it counts as parody. Butter knives.
Butter knives.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I love it.
We'll
Swords out.
something. Well, let's face it, we were all ready to get our knives out in the second period. Tage Thompson coming into the zone. This felt like a 1990s, 2000s play. A hip check in this economy? Gatesy, are you kidding me? And it was exactly like it should be. This Sabres team, if you commit the most minor of infractions or injustices in their direction, it's coming back at you 5-10-fold.
I mean, that's the difference maker of this team right now. We never saw a Sabres team do this, at least in recent history. We all remember Tage Thompson, getting his head blown off last year against New Jersey. They learned from that. We saw it right away in Tampa Bay when Thompson got hit by 2 guys after a whistle. They're jumping in, they're protecting each other. But just the open ice hip check, like, Don, that's not a thing you rarely see, let alone at the NHL level this day. Like, the fact that Benson stepped in, the rest of the team jumped in is such a big advantage for the Sabres team, or they're not afraid of anyone.
Yeah, I mean, especially open ice. Maybe you'll see it where they squeeze them out against the boards and you can kind of funnel a guy down there. But, hitting him towards the center, guys are usually too fast for that. When I saw it, bang, bang, I thought he stuck out his knee, rewatched it, wasn't quite the case. But yeah, I talked about this team.
I want to cue you up. I want to cue you up
Okay.
before you go a little bit more into this point, because you had the best point that I've heard so far on this Sabres team as far as the one take last night. And I don't know, you kind of naturally, organically created in the middle of the game. You're like, this team is sort of like if you had the talent of the 05-06 squad, but with the grit of the 98-99 squad, where they were able to get in the corners and win those battles.
Yeah, I don't know if we're as it's a perfect combo of both. If we're making a recipe for a successful hockey team, I think this team speed wise is actually faster than the 05-06 team.
I would agree.
Yeah.
And I don't think we're as grimy as that 98-9 team, but we have the perfect amount, just a little peppering of that griminess, of some grease, where if you, and we're showing it, teams are going to say, hey, you're fast, we're going to drag you down, we're going to slow you down, we're going to make you play our game, we're going to bully you a little bit. And this team's saying not so fast. And I love to I need to make Malenstein shirts where it's Frankenstein, but Malenstein.
Yeah, he was hitting it after the goal.
The goal is great, and then besides that, he lights up Celebrini, right?
Yeah.
And the guy comes over thinking he's going to catch him off guard.
Yeah.
And Malenstein just pops him right in the face
Yep.
before the other guy even gets a punch. And then that guy gets a 2-minute instigator penalty. So yeah, he gets 5 for fighting, but we end up on the power play, and it's I mean, this guy is it's paying dividends, and I don't know. Kevin Adams might win GM of the year.
The Sabres, when it comes to that toughness, when it comes to that camaraderie, for 14-ish years, they've almost been the scene in Step Brothers where they're licking the poo. Where they're licking the poo by the kids on the playground, but now they're back on the playground, punching them on the merry-go-round and everything like that.
Yeah.
They're just unleashing. The Sabres are not taking shit from anybody, Gatesy.
Yeah, we saw last night, San Jose tried to match the Sabres' physicality, tried to drop the gloves. We saw the Sabres match in Tampa Bay. Now we're seeing, for the first time, teams trying to muck it up with Buffalo to try to prove how tough they are. That Buffalo's almost set the standard of, this is who we are. This is the toughness we are. If you're going to hit our guys, we're going to, drop the gloves. We're going to fight. We're going to do something. Now it feels like, at least with that San Jose game last night, teams are going to try to match that and bring that energy as well. So who could have guessed that the Buffalo Sabres would be, the gold standard on physicality and just setting tones early?
Yeah, and speaking of setting tones early, to backtrack a little bit, first game, Logan Stanley drops him at center ice. I mean, and two, those are always great fights because that wasn't we're emotional. You hit somebody, at the face-off, they're like, we're doing this, right? You want to dance? And gets there. We go down to the Sabres store at first intermission. Fans are already picking up jerseys, right? To buy a Logan Stanley jersey after watching.
I couldn't believe it. There were 3 on the rack somehow, and this kid was just telling his dad, I've got to have this Logan Stanley jersey.
Yeah, that's insane. You guys pretty much took all the talking points out of my mouth. So you could back-to-back games where teams try to come in on a hot Buffalo Sabres team and make them stoop down to their level and play physical hockey. And the Sabres say, no, we're ready for it. Let's play old school hockey. And that's what Lindy Ruff and Kevin Adams installed this offseason. And somehow, some way, here we are, and Yarmo's getting a lot of the credit. But you got to do credit to Kevin Adams for this roster he constructed.
A big thing, too, with that is it's not just the fourth line guys trying to step in and create physicality, create, some momentum. It's the top guys doing it too. And that's the biggest thing is, you have your let's say a guy like Owen Power, Rasmus Dahlin putting up a ton of minutes, they're the first guys in the scrum grabbing a guy. You have Tage throwing hits. The Tampa Bay game, obviously, Dahlin was the one that set the tone by fighting first. The fact that your stars, your leadership are doing this just makes it so much easier for the rest of the game to flow. And it's really just one cohesive unit and not a bunch of individuals out there. And I still can't believe what we're watching.
That impressed me the most, too, against Tampa, the fact that Dahlin was the first one into the scrum after Tage gets hit from behind, and he has two guys punching him in the head while he's down on the ice and then gets ripped off by a third that he's not even trying to fight. When your captain is out there doing that in front of a young squad, it just fires up the rest of those young guys all that much more. And then you see guys like Malenstein, Metza step up for their veteran leadership when it comes to the gloves going.
And Zach, we're talking about grit. Do you want to talk about a member of the Trainwreck Sports family?
The most strength, the most grit may have been shown from in-house, from Catherine Bunt. I mean, we've got people blocking shots, and we've got people taking pucks to the noggin. Our friend Catherine, obviously the most important thing, she's feeling good. She's okay. Got hit by a puck. Had to see some medical attention. Nothing different than a Sabre. Nothing different than anybody putting on the crest. And that's just how strong the crest loyalty is. She got bandaged up. She got back out there for the rest of the game.
Kind of like a Curtis Samuel touchdown, if you will.
I don't know about that one, but yes, for sure. Definitely a grit unlike we've ever seen. So shout out Catherine Bunt, shout out the Bunties for feeling good. Stay tuned for more on that story. That's all I can say at this point. But the story was developing. Sabres fans were feeling full of glee. Don, we got the wave, which is kind of rare. It made a couple showings during the drought. I do remember a couple of games where we got a wave, but yesterday just felt like, we're up a couple goals. We're going to enjoy this one going down the stretch.
Yeah, I think the wave thing in the drought is more of like, well, let's have some fun despite everything else. Because there are times when it'd be
make our own fun.
We wouldn't even be winning. And speaking of which, the last game before the Olympic break, there was like a group of kids tried starting the wave when we were like down 2 to the Penguins.
Yeah.
And I just looked at them. I'm like, well, you're about to learn today that this doesn't have. But yeah, vibes are incredibly high. Now, should we bring the vibes back to earth, considering the conversation we were having with the people in front of us?
I guess before we get to the all's well and good, we were talking yesterday after the 4-2 goal, the Owen Power giveaway behind the net. So like Gatesy,
I'm ready.
Gatesy almost just put his hands all the way up like he was pleading against us. I guess it is. So we're, and then it got us to talking, because then we were talking about the Lightning game in the post-goal lull. And we're like, yeah, as good as that Lightning game was, it wasn't exactly like a good game for Owen Power. And Don, I can't properly recapture what happened around us when we said that.
It was like watching a group of dogs, all their ears perk up in front of us, and the guys turn around, and he's like, yeah, that was awful. The one guy turns around, and I think we said something about giveaways, and one guy from way down the road with his hand around his wife, he turns around and goes, completely agree.
It was insane. All of a sudden it set off a chain of reactions where everyone was just ready to talk about how they have an axe to grind with the Owen Power.
It's not just on the internet. That's what
it's permeated reality is what I would say. Yeah. It's not just a creation of the great Sabres Twitter. Definitely permeated reality. Now, again, the net you can't argue with is that this guy has been in the lineup for a 10-game winning streak. He has been in the lineup for an 8-game winning streak. He's been in the lineup every game of the best stretch in Sabres history when you look to this stretch of games.
Can I say something?
What can you say?
Take the stand.
I saw more heart out of Logan Stanley last night in one game at KeyBank Center than I've seen out of Owen Power's entire Sabres tenure.
Oh, wow.
I mean, if a +3, 1 assist is a bad night, I'll take that any day out of Owen Power. It's, he's number 1 penalty killer defenseman for the Sabres right now. He's leading the team in minutes. If you look at the best stretch right now for the Buffalo Sabres, most of the time, their leading ice time guy is number 25. He has his mistakes, of course, but he is a net positive for the Sabres.
That's the thing I look at, again, is that he's playing a lot of minutes in these games where we're ultimately winning. I think that if he was so much of a liability, Lindy Ruff, who we kind of subscribe to, if you're going to trust the process, you got to trust we're doing Lindy right now. You know, we're on the Lindy.
Yeah.
I'm craving
I'm
Lindy.
taking I got the shakes right now.
I'll be-
because
I need
can't
more
wait
Lindy.
to
Can I
take
get some more Lindy
Thursday
in my
night.
system?
Need plenty more Lindy. I'm going to try to take a look at both. On the one hand, yeah, he has more ice time, so maybe that's just the odds of him making a mistake are greater because he has more of an opportunity to. It does seem, though, like the mistakes he does make are a little glaring, and for whatever reason, it's everyone's ready to point him out and wants to notice him. I will say, though, last night we were seeing him a lot on the power play. Didn't see him on the power play. So,
Yeah, he's not. Well, the Sabres power play, they have Darlene on the first unit, second
So
unit.
did you
Byron
notice
on
that
the-
last night they started with Tage on the point? Did you notice that?
live?
Yeah, or like,
Oh,
no,
yeah,
I didn't
yeah.
know if you saw this, but yeah, so we were looking, so we're like, oh, Owen Power's off the, maybe that'll give him a boost on the second power play. Then the second power play unit came out, he was out there. Now, just to be clear, we kind of laughed out loud, like, oh, here's a genius idea. Get Tage Thompson as far away from the net as you can on the power play. Not exactly like smart when you look back at it. We didn't really see any good results in that form, but
unless they're doing like that 1-3-1, but it didn't. He wasn't really getting down to the circle.
things are just changing so quickly for the Sabres that it's now become like, can you trust Owen Power in the second round of a playoff series?
I never
Right,
thought
like,
we'd
so that's going to be the
talking
thing. I mean,
about it, yeah.
you know, like in the 05-06 days, you had like Dmitry Kalinin. Like that was your guy, like who was kind of like more prone to errors and, you know, gaffes. You weren't going to get perfect performances from every single defenseman, but then you were getting Campbell, you were getting Tallinder, you were getting Ludman, you know, Yarrow Spacek dropping some bombs from deep. But speaking of which, real quick, we're talking about mobile defensemen. Darlene had a couple of jaw-dropping puck moves last night. Am I correct?
I mean, every game he does.
There was, what was last night? Did he make two guys miss in the one move? And then there was one where a guy came to hit him and he kind of just left the puck there and like did like a dodge. And the guy went like right by him and then he skated back into the zone. Like, did I make that up? Or am I delusional?
I'm sorry. I was
maybe
checking the
just-
comments.
maybe
It's
just
okay.
say it
That's
again.
okay.
The
Hey, listen,
explanation.
I'm getting all over the place, just like the fans are getting all over the place.
You wanna-
Then the ultimate Lindy move, though, up 5-3.
Yep.
We got to get Jack Quinn back out there for
Yep.
essential entry. This was
By
definitely,
the way-
this was definitely coach monitored.
By the way, they were talking about this on the broadcast. They were saying clearly they're trusting him out there to go, not just to go out there and make a play on offense with the net empty, but in the defensive zone as well. They trust him on defense. You heard that, Gatesy?
Yeah, that was, I think, the biggest tell is, I mean, the Sabres had a 2-goal lead, so it wasn't like they're putting Jack Quinn out there to try to ice a 1-goal lead. They probably wouldn't have. Who knows? But it just goes to show how gelled this team is, that one, the coaching staff knows we have to put him out there, else, you know, all hell is going to break loose. And two, once Quinn was out there, guys were just feeding him the puck in the O-zone to try to get him that goal.
It was absurd.
Like
team
this-
camaraderie.
This
I
team
forget who
cares.
that was with him once the puck ended up.
I think it was
McLeod.
McLeod.
Yeah,
But he was
McLeod.
doing everything in his willpower to get the
McLeod
puck
had
back
like
to Jack
one guy
Quinn.
on him, and then the net was open, and he could have just shot it.
He just
and then
went
there
behind
were
his
two
back,
guys
right?
on Quinn, and he like tried to like feed it to
Yeah.
Quinn. It was absurd. It was
Yeah.
absurd.
And Quinn was like out, like not even with
Yeah.
the shot on net.
It was awesome.
He hit the one, they hit the glass with the open net. Is just he's
Oh, that
trying to
was-
go for
yeah,
the
that was
corner. I'm like,
ridiculous.
hit the glass and then finds the twine. Done. I revved up. I threw it. Slick just saw the throw for the first time. He said it was pathetic. I got to
didn't
the
say
second
that
row.
exactly.
I got to the second row, but we have a little bit of a situation.
I'm more just salty. I haven't been able to throw a hat on the ice yet.
That's totally fine. Give me a little
Yeah.
salt with the pepper. A little bit of a situation with your headwear.
Yep. So I had a great hat. I mean, people online have asked me like, where can I get that hat? It was in the Sabres store, I think, last year. Now it's not available. I've searched on mine, couldn't find it. Went to New Orleans. Now, here's the embarrassing part. When I lost it, I was stone cold sober. I was like about to leave to go to the airport, and I just like set it on a table in the lobby, and she's gone. I feel a little embarrassed about calling the hotel and being like, hey, can you mail my hat back to me? But I might anyway.
You paid him a ton of money. I said to you yesterday, I get why it's a little sheepish about the call, but you're confident on where it was. And if it was in that lobby, someone just took it and put it like behind a desk somewhere.
Yeah,
They don't wanna wait too
I
long
want that
now.
hat back.
You don't want to wait too long.
Yeah. So, but anyway, I'm like, I need another hat in the meantime. Found a nice like vintage style one. Bought that at intermission. Hat trick happens. You look at me. People around me look at me. I say, I'm not fucking throwing it. I just bought this thing. I'm not throwing my hat. I'm sorry. Sorry if it's bad vibes. You guys can roast me. But I just bought that hat like an hour ago. Couldn't lose it.
Cannot mess with that.
The season ticket discount isn't that good.
I gave you a pardon in real time.
You did. You said you don't have to.
I said if you've purchased the hat within the last hour, then you get to keep the hat on a hat trick.
Maybe bring some like fishing line next time so you can just tie it right to the hat,
What about
throw
this,
it over.
What about this? What
peel it
about this
back.
rule? The hat has to be on your head for all 3 goals if you have to throw it, because it wasn't on his head for the first 2.
Oh, that's really good, actually.
I think that's more of the appropriate loophole. If you wore the hat for all 3 goals, you got to throw it.
Yeah, it was a single.
It was
empty
born on
so.
third base, that hat.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just bring your
exactly.
receipt back to the Sabre store. Someone just stole my hat.
Yeah.
I can do it.
Also, unsolved mysteries. We got to find out what they do with those hats.
Yeah, I think they go to charity, but we can definitely double check
that would
it.
make sense.
For certain. I think AJ got his back somehow. I don't know what happened.
Just have to,
You gotta play the
I have
cards.
to email their press and marketing team because
Yes.
we're best friends with them. And
Shout out the marketing team. Shout out the promo team of the Sabres. Great time at the arena last night. We're leaving. It was a raucous environment. 8 in a row. Kind of ironic. We have the great 8 coming into KeyBank Center next, Gatesy.
Yeah, I mean, 8 and all in regulation as well. You're looking at the teams the Sabres are playing right now. To do that, to get 8 wins in a row is incredible, let alone doing it in regulation. The way they're doing it as well is a beautiful thing. And yeah, to have Alex Ovechkin in town tomorrow, which could be his last game in Buffalo with the team moving on from John Carlson. It's unknown, if this is Ovi's last season. We haven't heard anything definitive on that, but it should be a big one. I mean, the Sabres have been close to breaking their 10-game win streak record. I feel like so many times they just can't get to 11. This could be the time it all comes together.
When was the last Columbus? We lost this year to not get to 11.
I believe it was the Columbus game.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh! I think we were like minus 190 that game too, for sure. The dreaded.
It's always the Blue Jackets.
Yeah, it is always the Blue Jackets for sure. But obviously, I'm expecting 10th straight sellout for tomorrow. So we'll see. Obviously, tonight we got Crossing Swords live. So people are interested in talking Sabres, get to Sports City Pizza Pub for wing night. Dollar wings, no better wings in the city of Buffalo than Sports City Pizza Pub. So Gatesy and crew will be there as we're rocking and rolling along here on this Wednesday. Trainwreck today, 80?
80, baby.
Eric Mold's episode.
Eric Mold's episode, for sure. Speaking of which, 80 divided by 20, it is 4. So let's get into our forecast, sponsored by our friends at William Matar Law Offices. For this forecast, we have a very special segment as we get our producers pulling up here. My bad.
Yep.
Sorry about that.
Here we go.
The Buffalo brackets, like anticipation is starting to bubble. I'm thankful that the Banditos and the Sabres have kind of camouflaged the Buffalo bracket hype this year. Typically, it's like rolling in from a couple weeks, but now we're a week away and people are starting to get to that fever pitch.
Yeah, first promo going out yesterday. March, one of the best times of the year. If you're a sporting event fan, March Madness captures the sporting world by storm. And to get in on the action here in Buffalo, obviously, we can't have collegiate team from the area necessarily make the tournament every year, but it's good to celebrate what the best of Buffalo is, and we break it down into a full 64 entries, whether it be people, places, things, wings. Just kidding, no wings. They've won 3 times. They're out. But we will determine the best of Buffalo.
Absolutely. So that's the amazing thing. There's no limit to the greatness that exists within Western New York, within Buffalo, as far as this Buffalo bracket. And 64 entries, we're turning it up to 68. And our forecast, as we have our first 4 matchups, which we're proud to debut right now here live on Trainwreck today. In the play-in matchups, we'll have Store 716, a very popular location, very popular retail outlet, against Howard Picks the Bills. Perennial favorite. Could this finally be the year where Howard Simon picking the Bills takes it to that next level and takes it to that championship achievement? On the second matchup, we have our friends at the Water Buffalo Club. T. Fortin Barnes leading the charge over there. Buffalo Bills Fan of the Year 2025. Water Buffalo Club, they know how to party slick. They know how to rock and roll. They'll take on a group that knows how to rock and roll on the golf course and with the golf clubs, the Lady Lynx of Buffalo. And you just went double palm to the top of the head here.
This is
It's a powerhouse matchup. This is the Buffalo bracket.
This is a crash course waiting to happen, and we're not even into the final 64 yet. the play-ins, folks, going to be madness. That's what it's all
Absolutely.
about.
Going to the second half of our first 4 play-in here, we have new restaurant, Mira Restaurant, took over the old Pano's location on Elmwood. A lot of hype around Mira. Apparently, reservations weeks out in advance. You know, you tell me if that's the scuttlebutt. Versus Hope Totes, an amazing organization that helps provide for people that are forced to stay with hospital stays, extended stays at medical care facilities with loved ones, making that experience and more easier for those people going through a tough time. So Hope Totes making their debut in the Buffalo bracket. And then our final play-in matchup in the forecast, we have Borderland Music and Art Festival. This is what, East Aurora's, Woodstock?
Yeah, East Aurora's baby. And I mean, they've been growing, having national acts coming in. The lineup's incredible this year. And I'm happy to say I'm on it.
Let's go. What a powerful that is. So that Borderland Festival will be taking on a thing that had a lot of hype, a lot of attention this past year. Holiday Touchdown, a Buffalo Bills love story, the Hallmark movie itself. We saw this capture a region. Slick, we were in this. We had a filming day with this, and we weren't, it was featured as like a Talbot or a Perino, but
No, yeah, sometimes you can't hang with the big dogs. You got to stay off the porch. But yeah, this movie, great production. A lot of cool things went into this. A lot of cool odes to not just the city of Buffalo, the history of the Buffalo Bills, Bills Mafia, and even the town of East Aurora. This is going to kind of be a clash of two cities here, because cities are going to be one, because both of these things take place in East Aurora for the most part, and a lot of hype went behind them in the town. So I'm interested to see
we were there
who
for the
comes out of
red
this
carpet at the East Aurora Theater for sure.
Did
for the Holiday Love Parade and the premiere.
Did
And,
Talbot or Perino pull McConaughey in your trailer?
No, they did not. They didn't give us a coming of age.
No, thank
So we are
goodness.
sure to be
Yes.
coming of age.
You'll be happy to know my trailer doesn't have a bathroom.
Yeah,
so
there
that's
you go.
that.
We will be coming of age with the Buffalo bracket. There are our first 4 matchups on the forecast, brought to you by our friends at William Matar Law Office. As we roll into the second half of Trainwreck today, thank you for sticking along with us. Make sure you're following again, subscribing. Trainwreck today, Trainwreck Sports, and Herd of Buffalo.
We got some
Everything on there.
predictions in the Instagram comments. We got Peter Madison says Howard's winning.
Howard's winning.
Man, you haven't even
See,
seen the matchups yet.
Yep.
well,
that was-
Howard was in the play.
That's the first plan.
Oh, I missed it.
Are you paid attention?
I missed it.
Store 716 versus Howard picks the Bills. This is the
Slick's
first round.
Slick's the ultimate gift, and I say that because he can be present but not there.
I was popping.
For sure. But we're popping. Thank you on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch. Everyone chiming along. I'm seeing hundreds to thousands of you out there. So thank you for tuning in with Trainwreck today as we roll on to the second half of the week. We're getting on to the second half of the show. Boys, could you pass a physical right now?
I think so.
What does it entail?
I mean, what? You just show you're like limber and you don't have anything broken? I'm pretty sure. Like, that's all it is.
They probably make you run a little bit, right?
Well, apparently the Ravens were a little bit running from the idea of this Max Crosby trade, the meniscus. And we saw this all last night. This all came to fruition while we were at the Sabres game, Don.
Yeah, and then more news comes out today because they went and got Hendricks, right? And now
Hendrickson? Yep.
Or Hendrickson, yeah. And then the people are, I mean, I saw people tweeting, if this stunt was pulled in my fantasy team, they'd be kicked out of the league. Basically saying they realized they could get Hendrickson for cheaper without having to give up these picks. And so that this is a bogus physical thing. We're going to have to keep our eyes to the screen
Everyone's
and see.
pissed at the Ravens.
We're gonna
Everyone
have to
thinks the
monitor-
Ravens are really dirtbags and that they've done this multiple times, apparently.
Yeah, we're going to have to monitor the situation because, again, yesterday we hear it. He didn't pass the physical. We didn't really sound the alarms. We're like, oh, okay, maybe the dream's still alive. Like, even if he's a little hurt, it's a long off season. There's a lot of time to heal whatever's going on. So it is kind of fishy that they pull out of this deal. And that you sent me Sky shaves his head to welcome.
So this was the ultimate injustice, and I don't know if it's the Baltimore Ravens, I don't know if it's Max Crosby, but someone needs to make this right with this man because
I don't know.
This is not someone who looks like they should be ashamed. This is a Dr. Evil cousin for sure.
Yeah, you can't really make it right.
He said, well, that's what I'm saying. I don't know if we need quick plugs or something, but Max Crosby, the Ravens organization, he said he would shave his head if Max Crosby became a Raven.
And tweets this photo and says, "Welcome to Baltimore."
This is why you got to wait till you get that like signing graphic from the team. This is why you got to wait. You can't go off the reporters. I mean, we did this morning. Field Yates says that the Bills have $40 million in cap space thanks to Josh Allen. Well, no, it's $40 million total. They saved $12 million from Josh Allen. There was real miscommunications there that people are getting flustered about. So a lot going on.
I'll give him his flowers, though. He stood on business. He said he was going to shave his head. He did it.
Didn't waste any time.
Normally on Twitter, you remember the guy that was like, I forget which college team. He's like, I'll eat my own poop if like so-and-so loses. And it happened, and then he just deleted his Twitter and left. So
it was ridiculous.
Yeah, so shout out to our guys.
The guy kind of looks like Eddie Kingston.
They got to make it right.
Yeah, if he shaved, it was way more pale for sure. If he had a more,
this guy needs compensation.
Yeah, that guy does. We need to make that right. We may have to get Matar on it for sure.
Yeah.
Hopping around here on our additional topics. So we're at the Sabres game last night. We're like leaving, and an alert comes on my phone that I just simply cannot believe. Bam Adebayo beats Kobe Bryant's single game points record, 83 points. I go, oh my God, he must have gone off. Must have like not missed a shot because like typically like he doesn't command that volume of shooting or whatever. 43 shots from the floor, 43 free throw attempts. Like, did you see the clips and the highlights from this bullshit?
I did. I remember opening our phone and walking out and being like, "What the hell?" And we're in the casino and first, Bam. Like, I mean, there's like 10 players I would name that I would be way less surprised to break Kobe's single game record. I don't even know if he's in the top 30 names I would name. Like, honestly, I mean, seriously,
if I went to you, I said someone dropped 83 in the NBA last night. Bam Adebayo was in the top 20 names.
He might be in the top 20. I don't know about 10, 5, not even close to any of those. I did watch this back. I will say the first half was very impressive. He's lighting it up from 3. He's going to the rack, playing the post well. And then the second half is when it starts to get a little disrespectful to the great Kobe Bean Bryant, I would think, Maniac. You're still getting fouled, up 30 points.
Adebayo with this game is at 20 points per game in the NBA.
That's absurd.
Yeah, so the fact that again, and it's like you said, the second half, the fouling, the missing free throws on purpose. Like, what are we even doing here? Like, I get that you're close, but you know what? Luka, like someone pointed out a year or like 2 ago, Luka Doncic got 70 plus on 10 less shots and 20 less free throws.
And then it was insane.
Yeah, they took him out. They didn't do some foul, shenanigans.
No hack-a-bam.
No, it was crazy.
Give the ball up as soon as you get it.
There was a teammate shooting a free throw, and Bam was on the right side. This was with 1:30 to go. And he line drived it at the bottom of the rim, to the right. Like he was trying to create an offensive board. It was insane.
That's unacceptable. And folks, if you do remember too, Kobe Bryant was on a mission to win.
It was organic.
And he was on a mission to win a game.
Win the game,
too.
Yes.
That was a close game. The Heat are up by 30 late here, and Bam is going to the line almost each possession. So I don't know if you consider it just as great. I saw some people saying Kobe still got the record in my eyes.
See, because the thing that threw me off is that we saw it reacting in live time, and for the post 20 to 30 minutes, I think it was only reaching all the outlets who weren't literally watching every possession of the second half, and they're doing these graphics idolizing this performance of. That was not a performance that deserves to be idolized.
No,
I'm sorry.
You got to keep in mind, too, there's a whole generation of basketball fans that haven't seen a performance like this at all. I mean, like we were just saying, the Luka thing, they take him to 70. He's out. Devin Booker, years back now, I think he got to 70 against my Boston Celtics. He came out in that game. So factor leaving Bam in with 70-plus up 30 is just... tomfoolery,
shameful,
horseplay, monkey business,
hijinks, shenanigans,
tomfoolery.
Yes, for sure. Danny Dimes, 2 years, $88 million. You threw originally $100 million, which made us nervous.
It can get up to
what
100.
If you win the Super Bowl?
I don't know. There's some incentives in their package deal or something. But
speaking of money,
Don, like you said, can't keep getting away with this.
he did it again. Yeah, I don't know. Like, but fine. Good. Glad he got paid, and glad the Colts are investigating. Hey, I mean, he looked good in the beginning of last year. How much of that is Jonathan Taylor? You know, when you have him in the backfield, kind of frees up a lot, especially with a play action game. But yeah, I mean, Danny Dimes. Yeah, I mean.
Yeah,
swindling his way into more and more money.
Generational wealth. Why not? Why not have a good season? You know.
Do we have? We don't have it on the rundown. But before we move on to other sports, we have to mention too, who's back in New York.
Oh,
they wrote him off.
They wrote him off, and he wrote back.
He wrote back, and then they wrote back to him again.
And then they locked in a deal.
So Geno Smith back to the Jets, the original team he played for. That's going to be interesting. So we're going to see him twice a year. I mean, he had that 1 year with the Seahawks where it was not terrible. Like,
no,
pretty good,
it was very good. He went to the Raiders with Pete Carroll, and
that team was a mess. I won't even put that on him.
Does that say more about the Seahawks though, or Geno Smith?
Both.
I guess we're gonna find out a little more too.
Oh well, believe me, I hate to say it, I don't think the Jets are the answer. And just to be clear, I love Aaron Glenn. When he did that dance on the sideline after the pick six, that was one of the greatest things I've ever seen.
Stay in bed, Aaron Glenn.
Especially him falling asleep.
Keep sleeping.
Yeah, the falling asleep at the combine did not look good. We're hopping around here with some of the top stories. I know this happened about a day and a half ago in internet time, but Magic City promo night canceled.
Yeah, this is
pour one out for this, boys.
This stinks. Yeah, I like when you got Stephen A. Smith going to bat on his own show for you, and then you still go through this. I saw some parents complaining in the comments about they're bringing up some good points about kind of the discrepancy of it all. How there's worse things in the sporting world being shown, but
for certain.
What are you gonna do?
Didn't one of the players publicly be like, this is an outrage, pretty much? Like,
I forget, some player said it was ridiculous.
It was like not just ridiculous, but he was like, this is disrespectful to women, like, or something like that. Which again, like, I mean, this is kind of like the ink blot test of how you view sex workers and strippers. Is like, do you want to see it as empowerment, or do you want to see it as the opposite? So
yeah, there's just
that's above my pay grade to decide on.
You know, like the Utah Jazz have a statue of Karl Malone outside, like the front of like that thing.
That's exactly what the point was.
That was the top one. That was the, like, whoever clapped. Like, I know that did some numbers for sure, so I'm not the one who made that. But you know, if you're gonna idolize someone who did something like what Karl Malone did, then maybe like you shouldn't like throw your nose up at celebrating like a nearby should go up. And just to be clear, like, I don't think we're overstating this when I say it. Magic City is literally in the culture of Atlanta. It's not like they just picked like if the Bills did something with, you know, I hate to say this to Rick's Tally Ho or something, like it wouldn't really be like
Tiffany's.
It would be like, oh, that's like kind of questionable because it's not even on the actual fabric of like the society. But when you talk about Atlanta from the hip hop basis, from things like that, Magic City is woven into that fabric.
You did a wing review there.
Yes.
Yeah, like the draw.
Got Lou Will's lemon pepper.
It draws in all types of tourism, far and wide. It's moneymaker
for sure.
Part of the culture.
Heartbreaking to see Magic City canceled. Slick, on deck, we got this presser coming up for. Oh, no, Rousey fight already happened. Yesterday, 3 p.m.
I'm not exactly sure where this fight is taking place. Probably Vegas, if I had to guess.
Yeah.
Presser takes place. Not a whole lot of highlights, but I mean, you know who is the promoter of this whole thing, so obviously he was going to be in attendance. And some question was brought to Francis Ngannou's attention regarding Jake Paul. Jake Paul's obviously already there. He steps up to the microphone. He says, you know what, I'll ask Francis some questions myself. Claims
not good.
He was the option to fight before Anthony Joshua, and Francis, quote, ran like a bitch.
Oh, no.
And to which Francis replied, I didn't want to fight you, but now I want to beat your ass. So it seems like Francis is a little more narrow-sighted on something that isn't even on the cards yet. He's about to fight MMA against Philip Leans. If you guys remember that name from the UFC, well done, because I didn't even. So I think we'll know how that fight goes. And then the only highlight really out of the Rousey Cortana of it all, was Rousey was absolutely flaming Dana White, saying,
Any good clips?
yeah, there's a great one of her saying that he knows that the White House card sucks and is embarrassed about it. And he was actually the one that told me to do this, speak my mind in front of people. So I'm sure he's going to love that.
Well, we're not embarrassed by the thousands tuning in. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, as we roll down the stretch of Trainwreck today, 80. We got a couple more stories to get to, but before then, obviously, big story right now this morning in the Bills sphere, the Bills football of it all. Josh Allen restructure, saving the team $12 million this year in the cap, so they're going to have $40 million. I believe the rookies are going to take about like 15 to 20 of that at least. If they don't have a first-round pick, maybe it's a little bit less, which could leave the door open to potentially a move here, boys. So with that said, it's time for Buy or Sell, sponsored by our friends at Victory Smoke. Premium cannabis pre-rolls for everyday wins, just like the Sabres have been stacking up. Come soon to local dispensaries. Taste victory. So, buy or sell, Slick. Offense, defense. How is Brandon Beane going to put this money, put this savings to work? And don't tell me he's going to put it in his pocket.
Hell no, he's going to ball out because that's what he does, the triple B. And I'm not talking about that AEW title that Maxwell Jacob Friedman wears. I think a decent amount of this is going to go to defense. I am kind of hoping there's still a push for Max Crosby potentially here because the value is going to go lower. You saw, obviously, the Ravens basically opted after this physical to go with the lower value Trey Hendrickson. Crosby's market value is going to go a little lower. I'd like to see the safety position addressed maybe a little bit, cornerback, now that Taryn is out of there. Cole Bishop stepping into that bigger role, maybe someone veteran to bring in for him. And then also maybe linebacker, but I think that's the most solidified there. And I think there will be some offensive moves, but I'm going to buy mostly in on the defense that Brandon Beane's going to go in on from here out.
I like it. Gatesy?
I also like defense. I had an epiphany the other day thinking about the Buffalo Bills of just, I feel like in the past couple of years, I haven't loved watching the Bills play as much as I did years ago when they were a scrappier team where they cared about their defense. It feels like as of recently, it's just been, Josh Allen, you got to score all the points because the Bills are just kind of going to fold at some point in the game. So I'd love to see spending on defense. Obviously, a wide receiver one would be a little bit of fun as well.
Like that, Don? Buy or sell, Brandon Beane's splurging on the offense or the defense of it all with this newfound cash flow?
I'm gonna sell that. I think we're going offense. I think we're gonna kind of try to draft defense, get younger. People might not like that. I don't think we're done on the offense. Not only wide receiver, I think we could even see. I know we just signed McGovern. But I could see the O-line shaking up a little bit. So I think Deion's obviously our anchor, Spencer Brown there. But I think we could see the guards kind of get shaken up. We really don't have a left guard. We kind of have who is it? Alec Anderson and another guy that are competing. I think we try to get that interior line beefier, protect Josh so he's not playing with a broken foot in the playoffs, and run the ball right up the middle. So.
I like that. I am buying that Brandon Beane is going after offense with this newfound cash flow. He's waited them out. He's waited the storyline out. He had a man with the last name Dunn report that he's not done with the wide receiver position. We're calling up Philly.
There we go.
We're bringing home the Fresh Prince of the Southtowns. A.J. Brown, you are a Buffalo Bill coming in. It'll be Brown. It'll be Moore. It'll be Kincaid. It'll be Shakir. It'll be Josh Palmer. Another weapon for Josh Allen. We've got some savings, and we've got to put it to work. We've got to empty the clip. We've got to empty the chamber because the window is open for Joshua Patrick
Are they taking
Allen.
Keon off the hands in that deal?
There could be potentially there. You never know with that kind of deal, but we'll see where that lands. I think it'll be a first-round pick probably going back in the other direction.
I mean, lined up with three wideouts with Moore and A.J. Brown outside, Shakir in the slot, and Kincaid as your tight end.
Yes.
Cook in the backfield.
Who's stopping that
That's
offense?
a Super Bowl winning offense.
Who's stopping that offense? Like they say, offense wins championships. So make sure you're winning championships going with Victory smoke. Just putting a wrap on some of the rest of the show. Not a lot to crash out about, Don. Anything in that sphere on the William Matar crash out line?
Nope. No calls. Again, like it's the Bandits. They looked like they were down, but they kind of caught some heat. We'll see if they can continue that.
Big game this Friday.
Yeah. And Sabres,
massive tilt on deck.
Sabres, nothing to complain about. I think we might have to, Gacy, you might have to give some of these Lightning fans our numbers. What give us a top 2 or 3 crash out comments you've seen, if you can, off the top of your head.
Top of the dome. My favorite one so far is just seeing Tampa fans bringing up Super Bowls in the conversation of the Sabres and Lightning. I've seen a lot of those. So that's always a good crash out right there. And my favorite thing, too, has just been seeing, it's been a couple days since the game. The amount of tweets I saw before the Sabres game, just people begging for the Sabres to lose from the Tampa area, was shocking that there's still just the hate that's there after this one game. And everyone just calling Buffalo Sabres fans bandwagon fans is just the richest thing I've ever heard from, a fan base that, has 3 cups now in its franchise history. And anytime the Buffalo Sabres are playing there during the drought, it's a Buffalo Sabres heavy crowd. So, I'm seeing a lot of fans be upset with just the Sabres being happy, but there's not a fan base that deserves it more at the moment.
Did you see that Lightning fan crashing out? We played.
Oh, that was a great video.
Yeah.
He was the best. He was the best for sure. We got to get him on here. Again, no clue from the Lightning fans had act. The thing I've seen, Don, there's that famous meme of the blue and the red, bandana, the Crips and the Bloods uniting. That's Sabres fans, and I can't believe I'm going to say this. Panthers fans. Panthers. Yeah. I guess I didn't put in context. Think about the Eastern Conference of it all. They've been dealing with this for 4 to 5 years, and they seem to all know that the second things start going a little wonky for the Tampa Bay Lightning, that's when they get, a little dirty. That's when they get a little grimy. And they're like, yep, we've seen this one before. So the Panthers were given the James Franco, first vibes or first time, thing on the gallows for sure for the Sabres.
When I saw a lot of fans from Toronto, Montreal, defending Sabres fans, this is a diehard fan base. And especially look at the TV ratings every single year for the Stanley Cup. You look at the Olympics, Buffalo's always number 1. If it's the Stanley Cup, they're 3 behind the 2 teams in it. So, we obviously know.
Yeah.
Buffalo's
we definitely know. And they're going to know, obviously, Washington coming into the building and then Toronto on deck, Don. You're going to both. You're putting your 4-game week together.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I'm clocking in, baby, every time. I was telling you guys before the show, I'm like, this has been it's a grind, but we love doing it. And listen, I can't reiterate enough. Sabres just make the playoffs. We're first in the Atlantic by 4 points. Granted, we have 2 games on them. We're 2 points back of Carolina to be first in the whole East, and we only have 1 game on them.
Just keep winning.
Yeah,
baby.
just keep rolling. And guess what? We have an opportunity this week to hit 10 in a row for the second time in the same season.
Have the Sabres ever done that? I was thinking of this last night.
No.
Yeah.
They only have, 2 10-win streaks as a franchise. I think 3 maybe.
Yeah.
So, the fact they could double that in just this season alone is
the standings
wild.
is just crazy. I'm confident the Sabres we're 8 games ahead of wild card 2. Mm-hmm. And it's just we haven't stopped winning. It's just insane. The standings are absolutely bonkers this year for sure. So Sabres just keep winning. Just keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah, we were saying, all this, but before the Olympic break, the East is so tight, it's so cramped, and we're just pulling away with it. So just keep winning. Don't let anyone even sniff your farts.
Yeah.
Be so far away that when we're just farting on teams and they'll smell it, 2 days later when they catch up.
They can eat our dust.
We're farting so much you think it's poop.
Speaking of housekeeping, so we got a reminder tonight. We got Crossing Swords live at Sports City Pizza Pub for Wing Night. That's 1407 Niagara Street. Get there ahead. This is a perfect night. Sabres are off, so you can take in some college basketball action at the place where every day is game day. Sports City Pizza Pub. And a reminder, speaking of competition, our friends at Salino Plumbing, HVAC, and Electric, their truck wrap competition enters the Sweet 16 tomorrow at 7 a.m. sharp. So shout out all those nonprofits. Shout out all those communities supporting these organizations, rallying behind them, getting our 16 finalists to see who will take down the truck wrap in 2026. Super exciting, boys. We've got merch. We've got merch. I think we've got some merch and work. We got to do something for Hagel. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Like Hagel's on the list. I don't know.
like
Hagel
that.
likes it from behind,
I like that
something like that.
Malinstein.
Yeah, I want to
Sure,
get the
back?
Mallenstein,
Yeah,
Frankenstein
Mallenstein
crossover. Yeah.
for sure. You know,
If you could take apart and craft the perfect hockey player.
yes, most definitely a perfect hockey player. Folks, keep in mind the Buffalo bracket is just a couple days underway. We revealed those first 4 matchups. Store 716 versus Howard picks the Bills. Water Buffalo Club versus Lady Lynx of Buffalo. Mira Restaurant versus Hope Totes. And Borderland Festival versus Holiday Touchdown. A Bills love story. This train is not stopping, boys. And we also have UB basketball tomorrow in the MAC tournament in Cleve, Vegas. So if they can pull off a dub there, they'll be on to Friday and potentially a Saturday MAC championship. Halkavage and the boys trying to make their way into the dance. But either way, it is going to be a foxtrot ahead for all of us.
Yeah.
Love a nice foxtrot.
Seriously. Huge shout out to Don on the ones and twos there. Slick on my left. We got producer Rachel in the saddle with us, making it happen. She laughed a couple times during this episode. That's always huge. That means we're doing something right. And huge shout out to the guest, Gatesy. Typically producer, this time on screen, making it happen on the screen. Huge shout out to Gatesy. Huge shout out to Crossing Swords Podcast. Are we there on Twitter yet? 6,999 officially. So we're one away from 7,000 there. And on Instagram,
I mean,
this growth is
6,999 is pretty nice.
8,602 now on Instagram. So crazy work. Make sure you're following the best team in the NHL at Crossing Swords Podcast. Again, we'll be live tonight at Sports City Pizza Pub. Let's have a great second half of the week. Let's keep crushing as this weather gets warmer, and let's continue to dominate. Only one way to do that. Let's have a good day now. Sabres on the warpath. Ooh,
She's